I'm not letting you use that 7-7 frame on a kicker. If you're 7-7 and you're playing in the NFL, I won't let you use that build on a kicker.
Listen, we get 14-inch shin extensions. We become 7-7. We live our life as telling everybody that we hooped in high school and we didn't make it because we got leg injuries.
No. Okay, here's my thing. If I'm 7-7 tomorrow, I'm a hooper, whether I like it or not. I'm a hooper. Okay?
Yeah, until your arms are...
Because here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be a lot of that. I think it's going to be a lot of this. Maybe the rim is like my height, so I'm just dropping it like
Dylan, but you got
a little kid in a basket.
Oh, you got to understand, if you get the leg surgery, you also need the arm surgery because
you gotta
it's going to
remember,
be very disproportionate. You're going to look like a fucking T-Rex out there.
No, I'm going to look really fucked up because I'm going to have knee braces, leg braces, arm bracelets, elbow bracelets, and I'm going to have so many braces on my goddamn body that you're just going to hear eat like I'm a tin can when I'm out there fucking playing basketball. But at the end of the day, it's all going to be just to make sure that the longevity of my career lasts at least a year.
You run into Jokic on one screen, and you just got your arm surgery.
I'm just here, man. I'm just here. I'm not even this. That's too much. I'm just here. I can rotate. But yeah, if I'm in the NFL and I'm 7-7, I'm playing running back. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's see how long I can last.
Like I said, you get one good hit. Levante David, first game, is just going to make your legs useless. All that money you spent.
What about my hurdle, though? My hurdle is going to be elite. I'm 7-7. Wait, I can't get off the ground if I'm 7-7.
I still don't think that the body is going to want to move.
I don't think I'm getting off the ground. I think I'm probably just going to stay. It's probably going to be a lot of that. That might be the most you get. And then there's both ACLs. But anyways, we can roll into the intro.
It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an 8-time goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2. So lock that.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was fine.
D-backs here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
Welcome back to Sharps Sports Network. The boys are back on another Wednesday evening to hit you with the wonderful world of sports. And when I say wonderful world, I mean everything but football. You're getting your UFC, you're getting your hockey, you're getting your basketball, playoffs, Stanley Cup final, NBA final preview, hey now, plus your MLB as well. And we got all 4 of the fellas here to talk about it. We got McDilly, we got Snoop Luke, we got Tyco, and we have the Wanderer. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Hey-o, how we doing, fellas?
We do swell.
Fantastico.
We're alive. This is not the Stanley Cup final we wanted. Not the one I wanted.
But it's the one I wanted.
It's half of what I wanted.
Exactly what I wanted. I wanted McDavid in the finals going up against the bad boys of hockey. It's the dream for me. So
this ain't going past 5 games.
Yeah, we know.
I think Florida's going to fucking beat the shit out of Connor McDavid in game 1, and it's just going to get crazy immediately.
Did he already forget?
I'll shake it.
Oh, yeah. We get to make that bet now. Oh, yeah. I forgot. $10, right?
Are we putting any money? I should know.
I thought it was, we can do $10 through 3 ways. But, Jesse, which side are you on?
Well, then.
My side or Jesse?
6 or 7.
Okay, so you're on my side. All right. So then you can do $5 to me and Jesse, and then me and Jesse each do $5 to you. So it's $10 in total.
He's gambled before. He knows what you're saying.
Okay. So I had to explain it to myself so that I knew what was going on. Okay, it's not about everybody else. You got to remember my IQ is lower, so I have to explain things to myself sometimes. Sorry.
All right, buddy.
Making sure that I'm on the same page.
As low as it might be, you have the awareness to at least understand that and do that for yourself. So good on you.
So I guess are we starting with Stanley Cup?
I mean, we can. You sent me a
Might as well.
It's what we're talking about.
I don't care. It's just the first thing I thought about when I saw everyone. I was like, well, this is not what I wanted to start with, but this is the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah,
We have 2-4-2 series.
Yeah. Well, let's just get it out of the way with the Panthers taking down the Rangers to be in the Stanley Cup Finals 2-1, and then the Oilers. You know, it should have knew their series were just basically almost exactly the same. Should have threw on the correct score 2-1 in this game because Oilers won 2-1 against the Stars. And fuck Heiskanen for his lack of effort for two specific puck races in the last 30 seconds of the game. But anywho.
Can I ask you a question, Luke? Because it's been in my head for the last 4 days, and I've actually been waiting for you to be on this podcast to ask you this question. How the fuck does Edmonton win this game with 10 total shots on net the entire fucking game? 10 total shots.
2 power play goals.
They got 2 goals in the first period, and then I'm sitting in the third, and I go, well, here's the thing. They're sitting here with 7 shots on net going into the third period. There's a good chance that they're going to need to get some shots up more to, keep this lead. They didn't, but they still kept it. So I've never seen this before, and then I saw it was a record that it is the lowest shots in a one game in NHL in the last 30 years. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, well, after you get 2 power play goals and you're up by 2 after the first, especially when you're trying to advance to the finals, you're not going to take risks. You're going to play way more defensively. You're going to go more into a trap, and then you're not going to try and risk making mistakes and giving the other team a chance to get back into the game, to put it simply.
Okay, I'm actually really happy that you answered that because, I just feel like anyone on paper who looks at the shot.
Did you mute yourself?
How all of a sudden did you just stop making any noise whatsoever?
Why is everyone looking at me like I'm crazy? What just happened?
Oh.
No, your audio cut off.
Just words weren't coming out of your mouth.
Oh, okay. What do you call it? That was Sandy's headphones, that AirPods connecting to this. So, sorry. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Oh, stupid.
Okay. Oh, all I basically said was any casual person that sees 35-10 on paper is going to assume that it's the other way. So that's crazy.
And if you know hockey, you know this just could be easily the way it went in this game. You see it a lot of times where it's like, a recent memory for, I guess I can't really say recent. Like, what was it when Detroit played Boston in the first round? We beat them getting outshot drastically because Dadzuk decided to fucking one hand drag it between his legs back up to him and just absolutely snipe it from the blue line entering the zone.
But it wasn't as bad as this. These guys had 8 shots until the last 2 minutes of the game, and then they got 2 quick ones. It's fucking wild.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to. You only really need to focus up on defense when you're up by 2.
And they did. And they fucking did.
Especially in the third.
Oh, yeah.
Edmonton's always that's the one thing that changed this year for Edmonton is their defensive play. They really cracked down on that this year. And you noticed it heavily. I noticed it heavily when I went to the Oilers and Wings game in Detroit. That was just like, dude, they're just they just always get their sticks in the way of the puck, always just knocking off great sticks and everything. And they crack down on that, and look where it's finally got them. The Leafs should probably take notes because when you have superstars, you also need defense.
Yeah, and then you got that boy Stuart Skinner. We said it last podcast. Ever since we said he was number 4, that man's been playing like he's number 1. Come on now, Stu.
Yeah.
We see you.
We see you.
Your props. We see you, Stu.
I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I said he was 4.
Yeah.
I said there's 4, and he's not 1, 2, or 3.
And now look at him.
At least 1 or 2. I'll say that.
He was Stuart Little, and now look at him. Big Stu.
Well, now we're here. We might as well talk about the finale, the Stanley Cup Finals. Woo! And we got Florida Edmonton.
Woo!
And yeah, whoa.
Like, here's the first question, Luke. Like, was 4-2 and 4-2, was that good enough to where like the Cup Finals are gonna suck? Or like, because we didn't see a Game 7 in either one of those, are we gonna get Game 7 Stanley Cup Final? What do you think? I think option 2.
Because the series were so good on both sides. That just keeps leading me on to believe that we're gonna get a not so fun finals. This is probably gonna be done in 5. You can quote me here. You can clip this. Taking Panthers in 5. It's just you got it.
It sounds like you're taking them by domination, because you're taking them by 5.
I'm not even saying it's going to be a domination.
Well, it's not going to be a good series then.
As I said last pod, just because it's a short series doesn't mean it's a bad series.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. So I'm saying, so that means you're saying that it would be a bad series, or it's going to be a domination if you're saying it's going to be a bad series and in 5.
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah. So that is what you're saying. Yeah.
I hope he's wrong. He's probably right.
I hope I'm wrong too. I want to see this bitch.
Well, I'll come in and tell you that you are wrong, because I think that if big boy Stu is gonna have to come up here and play this big Stu energy, he's gonna be a big old game changer here. Because look, Edmonton, their whole defensive mindset that they're coming in against, that's gonna be all fine and dandy until Florida comes in and literally punches you in the mouth. So once you get your ass beat a couple times, it's going to slowly take you from a defensive heavy mindset. What would that do? Would that make you more of a grinder, an enforcer? I'm trying to use the right hockey etiquette.
Enforcer, if you're going to talk about getting in the
more chippy type play style.
Weird.
Yes. And if you change them into that mindset, well, then you take the people like Draisaitl and the McDavids that are skill players, and they're not dipsy dangling, because every time they go for a toe drag,
Pause, rewind. What the fuck did you just say?
Draisaitl.
Draisaitl.
I heard Draisaitl, and I almost pissed.
That was a great point I just made, and you really didn't listen to any of it, because I said instead of old.
I couldn't.
You can't go out here making assumptions. We all listen to your point. We were listening so intently that we all picked up on the fact that you said
Draisaitl. Trying to pause you before you finished it.
But anyway, they can dangle all they want, but it's not going to mean shit when they're getting blown up.
This is true.
Yes,
that's my point.
Because listen, I thought the Stars were going to be had the best chance in the Western Conference to really slow down McDavid and Draisaitl. Obviously, they struggled. Never said it was going to be easy for them. I said they could do it out of every team in the West, but it didn't happen. But Florida is just a physical fucking team, dude. They are going to bump. Oh my
Jesse,
God.
Tell your cat to shut up.
That is clearly a dog.
It's
clearly a wolf.
Luke's the one that has to fight through it because he can hear it through his fucking headphones.
Give me like 1 second to scream upstairs.
You can see him say "shut the fuck up" for our audio listeners.
To our visual audience,
well,
you enjoyed
that. Anywho, Florida, they don't care if they throw the body in, get reversed hit, get sent to the ground, or they make the big hit. They are always putting bodies on bodies. They don't care. And plus, they're highly motivated, if it hasn't been evident, all season long and all playoffs long, to come back here and fucking win it all. Because they are embarrassed of their showing last year.
I think all the odds and all the lines and all the whatever you want to call it are in favor of Florida of winning the series. It's just how long is it going to go is kind of the main question. I'm going to take Florida in 6.
Florida in 6 seems like exactly what you're going to end up with.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it in 5 for all the reasons that Luke listed, and there are a good amount of reasons there. So If you have to rewind, go ahead and rewind because there's a good amount of reasons. But at the
See,
same
like,
time,
listen to their
So
listen
you're
to their
taking
track
5 or
record.
6, Ty.
No,
Which
no,
one are you
listen.
taking?
David will
take
get it
this
at
back-
least 2.
If we take this even back 2 years, they are President's Trophy winners. They get eliminated. They show up the next following year and are the last team to make the playoffs. Ranked they're in the 17th spot if you had the entire league listed, not split up into conferences. But because of the wild card, they made it in there for the 16th seed, and they make a Stanley Cup Finals miracle run and get
but that was off the back
now
of
off the back. Borderline could have won the President's Trophy winner, but didn't because they're smart, because they know about the curse.
I feel like there was a couple games where they were like, I don't know if we can win tonight, boys.
Right.
I don't think so.
And now they're back. If they don't win it, I don't know what what advice.
If they don't win it,
Then you get the face of hockey holding the cup.
they'll be the equivalent of the Boston Celtics after they lose to Luka, but we'll get to that.
Is this a bad thing either way? Because in my opinion, I want to bring this up. I feel like this is good for hockey either way. I feel like you're either going to get Florida, who everyone's going to be happy for, and they earned it, and all the reasons Luke just listed, or you're going to get the face of hockey, Connor McDavid, and his right-hand man, Draisaitl, holding the cup. I feel like either way, it's going to be good for hockey.
Look, for both reasons you just listed, it's good for hockey. It's either like a Chicago Cubs type of story,
right?
I mean,
or it's like the MVP.
An actual Chicago Cubs type of story in the NHL because the dog shit franchises are actual dog shit right now.
Yeah.
I think it. Oh,
but saying to Dylan's other point,
the MVP who never got a ring.
The MVP needs a shift. Like you see the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. This man, look, I know he's different, but like he's got fucking 3 rings already. Like he is the number 1 player in the league. This is the first time your so-called best player, if it's either him or Matthews, because Lord knows he hasn't been there, has even been to the finals. It's taken quite a while. I think he needs the ring just for the NHL to say, yeah, like our number 1 guy is our number 1 guy. And I mean, side note, that's also why we need
because there's still people. I'll give you a chance to speak.
Yes.
I'll give you a chance to speak, Luke, after this, but I want to say, because there's still people that even you list off all the accolades Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have done 7 years in Boston, and people go, yeah, but they still don't have a ring. So a lot of people they look at that as like a main thing. But I'll let you go ahead now.
Listen, okay. I'm all in agreement that McDavid is, if like one of the best, if not the best hockey player in the world. When it comes to Austin Matthews in this conversation, he is one of the best regular season hockey players in the world. Not fucking playoffs. He's a stud year in and year out, every playoffs. That whole core 4 is. It is fucking embarrassing.
But Luke, he got sick.
Oh, boo-hoo. Do you know what's crazy? While he was sick, I'm pretty sure they're making a comeback in the series and we're actually winning games.
Yeah.
Same thing with Martian, dude. Martian. Like,
literally better while
he's out injured. They win, but with him playing, they lose. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay, but anyways, back to your McDavid, because you kind of got a little off track with Matthews. So anyways, we can all agree though that it's good for hockey either way, right?
Yeah.
Good for hockey, bad for Red Wings fans.
Okay.
If he wins.
Jesse, do you have
because if he wins, hold up, Dylan. If he wins, that means Ken Holland wins, gets a ring before.
We know. You mentioned it sometimes.
It irks him though. He keeps bringing it up.
Yeah, that is gonna irk his soul.
What he did to us, he doesn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to go to a team with the best player in the fucking world.
He did.
He left us in shambles.
I'm trying to get Jesse the
hold on. I can't.
Luke, are you sure you got it all out?
No.
Would you like to get a little more out?
I'll be coming out all series long.
Who said no?
Go on, Jesse. Fuck Ken Holland. Fucking scumbag.
fucking wants to ruin our entire roster, fucking put us in so deep in a slump that we're just literally the worst team in hockey, breaking records for how bad we are. Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah. To the point where the new GM, Steve fucking Eiserman, had to come in here and fix all that shit for a couple years. That took a long time to clean up his mess, and then we had to start from the bottom of a rebuild after it. Fucking bullshit.
I can't wait for game 1.
Would have been more okay if the Wings made playoffs this year, but we did it. Goddamn 1 point.
All right, we got baseball coming up next.
Yes,
For his first hit of the year, he drives one deep left field. That goes up there, back near the wall. It's out of here. Brandon, are you kidding me? Wow.
There's a deep drive to left field. Pilar at the wall, at the track, jumps and
Panthers in 6, unless it goes to 7. Then I just have a feeling the Oilers are going to win it. But I'm stamping Panthers.
Panthers at 4 because fuck Ken Holland.
All right, Dylan, what do you got? Thank you, Dylan.
You sick shit. Test him
All right.
for rabies.
That was what that was, okay? And I would do it again. 3 minutes of Luke screaming about Ken Holland. You're going to get that burp after that. That's what you deserve. So,
That's what Ken Holland deserves.
I can't wait till next time. It's 5 minutes just to spite you.
I'm going to have a 10-minute long speech.
so starting off in the MLB, when it comes to the
Rules.
entire National League, we have 4 teams that are over 500 when it comes to the standings. We have the Braves, we have the Dodgers, we have the Brewers, and we have the Phillies. When it comes to the American League, we have 4 teams that are also over 500. That is the Cleveland Guardians, the Kansas City Royals, the Detroit Tigers, and the Minnesota Twins. I'm going to see how good your guys' brains are and tell me what you've noticed about that fact.
That cannot be true. Those are not the only above 500 teams.
Those are the top 4 out of the top 7 500 teams in the American League. But have you noticed something about that? About those 4 teams I named in the American League?
They all come from the AL West.
Almost, Jesse. They all come
AL
from
North.
AL Central. Damn it. You said the North after. Really? Are you? What? Why do we play the fucking South? What part of Detroit is South? Why would we be in the American League South? We could be more north. We're at the top of the U.S. Canada is right above us. How are we South?
Jesse,
that was not
I'm
sweet.
that ain't you, man.
I am fully aware we're in the AL Central. I
Hey,
just wanted to make a joke. And now I feel attacked.
Because that wasn't very
guys think
sweet,
I'm that
Jesse.
stupid right now.
I didn't think you were serious till the next one you said was north. And then I said, oh, damn it. Shit, I think he's serious. Oh, no. Jesse, no. Okay. Fuck. Yes. All 4 AL Central teams are over 500, and there's only 4 teams in the National League that are over 500. And everybody is, census that has been posted is kind of like, oh, shit. All right, AL Central, I wasn't familiar with your game. I didn't realize you guys were actually, one of the better divisions of baseball. And I've been telling this for about a month now on the podcast. So, Luke, I want you to finally digest.
I'm not gonna apologize for calling the Detroit Tigers offense ass.
No,
because
that's not what I'm looking
ass. The only
for.
reason
That's
we're
not what
above
I'm looking
500
for.
is because of our
That's not what I'm
fucking
looking
pitching.
for.
Okay,
I'm
can I
looking
say
for
one
you
thing?
back when you said the AL Central was the worst division in baseball.
I have 2
Don't
things.
make me double down, you son of a bitch.
What? You can't.
How
It's
you
not a
can't?
fact anymore.
All right, I take that back, but I don't take back anything I said about the Tigers.
I didn't ask
Neither
you
do
to.
I agree with you 100% on the offense. But what Dylan said about the division is true, and that's actually why we're like in 4th place in our division, is because our division.
My thing is, who
It's
the
crazy
hell-
that our games are always so low scoring, but we're still only just above 500. What the fuck?
Pitching.
That's it. I know. Imagine if we invested in a couple bats.
Remember when we had
Imagine.
we'll get, trust me, there's more. Jesse, you were saying something though.
Listen,
Thank God
my
we have
two
Torkelson.
comments. Luke, you shut the hell up.
I was
You shut your mouth. Hell,
spoil
shut.
it.
All right.
Thank God we have Torkelson. Yep.
This in hockey.
That seals it, right?
Baseball is me over you. I gave you your respect. Now give me mine. Got my baby crying. Got me hollering. Thank you, everybody. But first thing, who the hell expected the Guardians to be 40-20? No one saw that coming, okay? Like, maybe above like 5 over, 10 over, but 20 over, double? No one saw that.
Consistent? Nah.
The Royals? They're 3-7 in their last 10. They're coming back to reality.
Nah, but the Royals are in the same boat as us, where they have just had an unreal pitching. They've had 3 pitchers that have just come alive. I think Seth Lugo is 9-1. What the fuck? And then Brady Singer has a 2.3-something ERA. Like, their pitching has been crazy. The only difference is they have people like Bobby Witt Jr. that are 4th in the American League in batting average, and they have hitting. So that's the difference.
Oh no, I was gonna say, if to go back to Luke's point real quick, our first overall pick is back in AAA because he's fucking dog shit. Their pick in that same draft is 4th in batting average in the American League. So someone made the right decision and somebody fucked up.
No.
Because
Actually, I don't think it was that draft, but I know that we drafted
Bobby Witt Jr. was the
the
number 1 overall pick the year before.
Yeah.
the year before. Yeah.
There's no way we passed on Bobby.
We were the number 1 overall pick the next year.
Honestly, if it was the Tigers, I would believe it.
But it's like how it works in Detroit, like with the Pistons. All these number 1 overall picks are so good, and then it's our turn. We get Cade, and then Cade hurts himself, and then it takes him a year to figure it out. And then
Cade's
it's year
been
3 and the
balling.
team
Cade
sucks.
is-
And now it's almost
14
Now it's
games,
year
no
4.
one's calling.
I'm not gonna sit here and
I'll tell you a big difference
That's
between
just what we get.
I'll
That's
tell
not
you
fun.
a big difference between the Tigers and Kansas City. One is plus 71 score differential, and one is plus 5.
Yeah, I already
Yes,
told
you
you.
must
They
have
have bats. They have hits. They have 4 hitters right now that have double-digit home runs. You know how many the Tigers have? 1. Dude,
Yeah.
it's simple. We
It's
have we have hitters, and then we have people that produce runs. The Tigers have a couple hitters here and there, but we don't have people that produce runs like that. We'll have somebody like Jake Rogers, for example, 2 solo home runs, and we win 2-1 over the Rangers. We have Akil Baddoo hitting a home run for the game-winning home run. Like, these people that aren't home run hitters being the guy who hits the home run to go ahead and win the game for the Tigers, that shows you where we're at for the offensive-wise, because our pitching is getting us through the games.
I have a
All
question.
right. Tyler, there's something I wanted you to put on the podcast in the MLB. Put it up on the
For
screen.
the group, real quick, I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Heard it on the radio. So I was like, you know what? I want to ask the boys this question. Are you opposed to getting a large return, but you're trading somebody like Scuba?
No, because Scooble's the only person that gets eyes on the stadium at the ballpark. We have nobody in the the Detroit Tigers that is a must-watch player other than Scooble right now.
Well, a big
Nobody.
reason for that is because we have no offense. As much I don't want to trade Scooble, I really don't. But at the end of the day, dude, if that
Scooble won't get traded.
no-
We have so many other young pitchers that we'll trade as well. You got to remember, we have Manning. We'll trade.
yeah,
what's his
but
name?
the pull you could get in, the pull you could get
talking
in for
about
Scooble.
Mize. Sorry.
Yeah, but the pull you could get for
Are you
Scooble
talking
is
out of your
insane.
head or out of your butt? You got to trade one of your 3 pitchers that are almost Cy Young contenders. One of the top 3 that we have.
Then you would trade
trade them.
Flaherty.
You're
Then you
trading
trade
Flaherty, or
Yeah.
you're trading Scooble, and you're getting 3 or 4, like probably at least one damn near veteran proven bat, and then 2 top prospects at least for Skubal, because Skubal's at his peak prime right now. So Skubal will get a ton. Flaherty, it's not going to be Manning or Mize. Mize is not going to get shit right now. Mize has not worked out this year right now.
Yeah, we're more excited for Jackson.
Okay. But Jackson Job, if he works out, he would take the spot of Flaherty if you trade him, because Flaherty's having a hell of a year.
Yeah, you
Not
trade Flaherty over
pitching
Skubal.
staff or because he's healthy, but he's having the best year he's had in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I trade Flaherty, but I just wanted to ask the question.
Yeah,
I
I would be.
wouldn't-
I would not be opposed to getting rid of Skubal to get 3 or 4 bats, because I think that you pull Jackson Job up, you pull Manning up, whatever, to fill that. I understand that Skubal is the best pitcher, but at the same time, that's going to get you the best haul at the same
So
time.
we're gonna do exactly what we did the last time we had a Cy Young. When the Tigers finally have Cy Young pitchers, and then we trade them away the very next year, we're just gonna do that again. We don't want to keep any pitcher that has the potential to be longevity for the Tigers. I'm asking because that's what we'd be doing. Because we had Scherzer and Verlander, and then we said, "Oh, they're Cy Young pitchers. Let's get them out of there." We had the best rotation in baseball. With
Either that or
Cy Young
fucking
pitchers.
pay him.
And in 1 year,
We got to get
check
back.
out,
This
and in
team
1
gets
year,
paid, and that's why
wait,
we
wait,
suck.
Hold on.
That's why we suck. We don't spend money to get good players. We're like the fucking Athletics when we
So we're
shouldn't
just
be.
gonna we're doing
Dylan,
that
I
again.
think we waited too long to trade them, and we didn't get anywhere near close to what we should have gotten for them. I think
because we kept them,
they were.
kept
It was a
them
good,
with
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a
like
good
they were-
idea to do it, but what we got in return was absolute dog shit. And knowing that what we got in return, absolutely not what I absolutely wouldn't have done it. But with Skubal in his prime, you if they found a way, if they did trade Skubal and they found a way to fuck that up for the return,
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Because they'll get a
I'd be done with
prospect
the
that will go
Tigers.
in on and then he'll
It's
end up being
insane.
a bust.
Well, look,
I don't
look, since Scott Harris has gotten here, he hasn't really had the opportunity to really pay someone a big, make a big contract move other than Colt Keith, which was okay, he hasn't even played an MLB game yet. And he hasn't had the opportunity to make a big move. So
Jack
if he
Flaherty's
gets
a big
the
move.
opportunity, I want to see what he can do with it, because you got to give the guy a chance before I just bury him forever. So,
But according to Chris Ilitch, at the start of this season, we're done with the rebuild. We're no longer rebuilding.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm saying.
But
We're
he's
not
also
about to
too
do
scared to spend to buy bats. He's
But-
waiting for the right time. But when is the right time after you
I
supposedly
thought
think
we
you're
were
out of a
buying at
rebuild?
the deadline. I thought we were going to
No,
buy
no.
bats at the deadline. I didn't know we were going to be selling.
They
Why would we
also-
not be buying?
I didn't. What?
hey, guess what?
It
It's-
depends where we're at.
No. I'm just saying in general. At the deadline, I would expect us to be buying.
Yeah, but
We're
I
buying
also
bats.
think we're going to
We're
sell.
not selling Skubal. Yeah, we're not selling.
I think we might sell Flaherty, though.
Yeah,
I think we might
that's the
sell.
most.
Because if
I agree.
Jackson Job's injury and his rehab is good at the same time, I think we'll kick out Flaherty because we can bring Jackson up.
Right. It's like when we had what's his name for the pitching staff, Lorenzen a couple of years ago, and he made the All-Star game, and he was pitching way better. What did we do at the deadline? See ya. Because you're
See,
doing way better than
Dylan.
you're supposed to be doing. We'll do that
Dylan.
with Flaherty.
Yeah.
From what I don't know that much knowledge on pitcher injuries and all that, but from what I've heard is it's been a while since the Tommy John surgery for Skubal, right?
Yeah.
And from all I know is a lot of people are worried that he's going to get injured again and it's going to ruin his stock because people are calling it like a ticking time bomb with it.
I just don't understand that, because if you were to make that argument, then that you would make that argument with at least 30% of the current pitchers in the starting. That shit is common. 1 in every 4 pitchers that start in the MLB currently end up with Tommy John surgery in the end of the year. That's insane how common it is. But my thing is, if you make that argument for Skubal, and I get it, Skubal's a more talented player on a different caliber, but then you would just be looking at that with everyone who had Tommy John.
That's
That
true.
right there.
But that's why the talks of trading
For everyone that got Tommy John, Dylan, they're saying everyone that gets Tommy John surgery about 7 or 8 years later, if you're still pitching consistently through that whole time, you probably were going to end up needing it again.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying that's for everyone.
That's why the talks of trading Skubal have come up, because
I would be
like
shocked.
about sending
Max
him to
right now.
get like max return for him because of he's at his highest peak.
Yeah.
And with it being so close to that time frame of where usually will need that surgery again, it's getting really close to it. If not,
Okay, here's where I land.
don't
Here will be
check
my
that
final. Here will be my final statement on this, and then we'll move on. If we trade Scooble, you need at least 2 all-star bats. At least 2. Maybe 2
Yeah.
on prospect. 2
I'm
on
saying,
pitcher,
give me like certified gonna hit dinger bats. Give it
2
to me.
all-star
Soto
bats.
Hall.
And then
Dylan,
bring up the pitchers because our pitching staff's fine. We can
Not
do
1.
without
You
one.
need 2.
Dylan, I completely agree. Like
Yeah.
I don't want him gone unless we're getting an absolute haul
Yeah,
back
you
in
need at
return.
least. Yes, I agree. I'm glad that we're on the same page of that. Like, don't trade him unless you know. Okay,
It's got to be like
an
one
idiot
Soto.
wouldn't take this deal.
It's got to be like one Soto.
We're gonna steal from Baltimore. I'm cool
All
with
right,
that.
it was a bumpy ride, but I feel like we all came
Yeah.
back together in the end. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tyler, throw the thing on the pod real quick. I wanted to talk about this. So we had a situation with a scoreboard operator in the Angels game. Now,
It's the one thing I don't have. Hold on, give me a minute, Dylan. I'll get it.
he asked me at 4:00, send me the shit.
I
sent
got
him
all
the
your
shit.
goddamn videos, you piece of shit.
Okay. But anyways, we had fucking. Oh wait, sorry. Yes, Luke, what do you call it? We'll do UFC right after MLB. I got just like 2 or 3 more things.
Talk about it, Dylan. I'm calling it up.
Okay, so when it comes to the Angels and San Diego Padres game, we had a scoreboard operator who I think the last time we talked about a scoreboard operator was Milwaukee. So glad to see that somebody else is finally fucking partaking. That decided to speak with his chest, use his balls, and put what he wanted on the screen. So for Manny Machado and all of the stats, I had to do the research and figure out what they normally put up on the screen. Now, they normally put up on the screen, for instance, Fernando Tatis Jr. was a first-round pick in this year's draft. You know, cool little stat like you'd see there. For Manny Machado, when he was on the board, they put up leads the National League in grounding into double plays with 85 since joining the Padres in 2019. What makes this even better is that if you look a little bit down, it'd be great if you had this on the screen, Tyler. It makes so much more sense. But if you look, but if you look right underneath it, it says last at bat, homered to left. So this man was getting roasted by the scoreboard commentator when if you realize the reason why he was probably getting roasted is because he just went yard on them in the
Everybody's
first inning. So scoreboard operator, I see you. Way to be petty.
He's doing
Next-
his job.
Yes.
He's
Next thing
doing
that
it.
we have, speaking of Tommy John surgery, somebody who has just not had a good year for their team or pitching in general is Christian Javier. He's had the career high worst ERA. He's had the most losses, and he lost to the Tigers too. So, I mean, just add that on the record. But he is now officially out for the year with Tommy John surgery. It's another blow to the Astros, another blow to their bullpen, and the downfall of the Houston Astros is officially happening, and God damn it, I'm here for it.
I'm not gonna lie. The Tigers didn't just beat him; they smacked him around.
Beat the shit out of him.
Up that.
8 runs. He was the guy where he kept walking in runs over and over. Yeah.
Yep. He got taken out in the second, I think.
Yes, he did, because it was 6-0 or something like that.
Dog. But yeah, no, he needs Tommy John. He needs someone to get him straight because
Duty.
that's all I got to say. Respect the game. If I could do what you did, I would.
Because if you make the Tigers offense look good, there's a problem.
That's when they knew. That's when he was like, hey,
our
this
lefty
guy might be off the
lineup
charts.
goes crazy. All right.
Yeah, what if a pitcher just said like he just started pitching like ass, and he's just like, yeah, I need Tommy John. Like, what do you hurt? He's like, I don't know, something.
Just so he can come back better. Maybe
I don't know.
Sometimes you
There's something in there.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to save your own ass.
I agree.
Your muscle
That'd be great.
doesn't look.
I need another
corny.
year on that contract. I'm coming back better than ever. Better than ever. I'm coming.
Don't worry. I'm going to come back
Gotcha.
throwing lasers. He left. Didn't he leave throwing 98? Now he's throwing 103. That's okay. Well,
It
we'll
just
disregard
feels,
that.
it feels like a rubber band at this point. You know, it just snaps back. I don't
That
know
was
what
like a
it is.
robot.
I don't know what it is.
Something
Uh,
about
Doug,
it.
you
I'm
have-
feeling like a pinching in my shoulder.
You got clicking sound every time.
Do you believe they're fucking
I
giving me?
think my labrum's torn. I don't know.
I think I'm on drugs.
They think I'm on drugs. Robot arm. All right.
MLB announces that. Oh, I feel like Luke reading a UFC name. Tucapita Marcano has been banned from baseball. Out. The second baseman. Yep. The second
Not my
baseman,
favorite player.
the second baseman from the Pittsburgh Pirates, who was 25 years old, bet. Oh no. The second baseman from the Pittsburgh Pirates bet on 25 Pittsburgh Pirates games while he was assigned to the team. He was injured during all of the games, and he lost all 25 of the bets. He gambled more than $150,000 on baseball and won just 4% of his MLB bets.
Sounds like me betting in 2023.
That's why they banned him.
Yeah,
from
wait, no.
baseball.
Time out. We got to talk about this. We really got to talk about this. This man went 10 for 256 bets on the sport that he played professionally. And every single time he bet on his own team, he fucking lost.
He lost all 25 games.
That's a different level of sucking at sports betting.
Now, was he betting on the Pirates to win or to lose?
It doesn't
It
matter.
just-
Whatever he
it
bet,
just-
he lost every time.
It just says that he lost.
I didn't say
all of
what
his
it was,
bets.
but whatever it was always wrong.
He was
lost.
just hammering Otani home runs.
He
Out
lost
of
Throwing meatballs.
150 grand plus, like 246 bets, 25 on his own team, and his job. He's in the shitter. He's got
I
it.
think they banned him for just being
No,
a
but
fucking horrible gambler.
I have
that's
advice for him.
diabolical, bro. You
There's only one way to get out of the slumps like this. Gather up all your money, throw it on a fat 10-leg parlay.
Oh, Lord.
So then you can make what you would have made in the next 5 years in the MLB.
And
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
great promo, just fantastic.
That's what you should do. You should
And also,
just download the Sharps app and start tailing some bets because these guys.
And wait, hold up. Also, one day after this happened, the MLB suspended 4 more players. Padres MILB pitcher Jay Groom, Diamondbacks MILB pitcher Andrew Salfrank, and Phillies MLB infielder Jose Rodriguez were all suspended by the MLB for gambling on games for teams that they are not assigned to. So, the backlash the MLB has been receiving is that ever since promoting DraftKings as MLB's #1 sponsor, being a sports gambling company, players are getting suspended and banned from the sport.
yeah, well, it's the same backlash the NFL's getting because
Right, yeah.
it's just in all sports that are banning players who are betting. Obviously, there has to be a line because you don't want people throwing games on purpose for bets and all that stuff. But at the same
100%.
time, you can't be that can't be like one of your biggest ads and what you're promoting, and then like absolutely have zero tolerance for anything. Because like, what was it in the NFL? I'm pretty sure they changed the rules, but like, dude, they're banning people for not like even that weren't even betting on the NFL or football.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just couldn't bet on the premises.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, my thing is
that's
the
kind
second-
of fair, but it's still stupid.
I
Yeah.
think my premise is, and I think I speak for all of us because this is where we stood on football. It's the same thing in MLB. I mean, just because the MLB is promoting it doesn't mean your dumbass doesn't have to be a dumbass. I mean, use your common sense to know I shouldn't bet on my sport because it's still illegal, and I signed a contract saying I wouldn't do it. I mean, don't go, oh, the MLB's promoting now, so I can do. No, don't. Come on now. 2 + 2 still equals 4, guys. Stop trying to look outside the box.
It's not trying to change math.
right.
Still math.
Last thing for the MLB is a pitcher that we have not talked about yet this year because he's kind of just been slowly sneaking his way up the ranks, and that is the American League pitcher over on the New York Yankees. That's Luis Gil. Now, Luis Gil is a top 5 pitcher in the American League because he is number 4 for strikeouts in the American League, number 3 for K through 9, and is currently leading the American League with a 1.82 ERA. If you're like, why have I never heard of this man before? He's a rookie, ladies and gentlemen. This is all in his rookie year. So we are currently in a situation right now where it stands. Obviously, there's Scooble and Ranger Suarez and other people in place. But we have not had a rookie win the Cy Young since 1980. Okay? We could potentially have Shota and Luis, both rookies, win Cy Young this year, which is crazy.
Who won it in 1980?
Fernando Venezuela.
That makes
Look at me.
That's screwball. That's screwball. I love Venezuela. Listen, I don't think that Gil's gonna get it. But if any rookie has a chance on the AL from the Yankees, is pushing really strong. They would love to give America's team a good old Cy Young rookie winner. New stat.
And I honestly think it's more impressive if you want to, be picky choosy here to anytime you're pitching in a ballpark like the Yankees to put up numbers like that, I just look at it as more impressive. That's why I thought, do you remember I don't know if you were fucking with baseball at the time. Do you remember Tatanka for the Yankees, the pitcher? He was the last pitcher that I genuinely like, him and Severino. And I remember being like, damn, what they do is so much more impressive because they're in like a softball ballpark, but they're putting up these crazy low numbers. So that's how I look at it with Luis, because he's going to get more favor there because they're going to look at it like, well, if Screwball's pitching in a hitter's ballpark, Luis is pitching in a hitter's ballpark. Luis's numbers are the same as Screwball's. Luis is going to get that favor. So we'll see. You're muted, Luke, but we are done with baseball.
Wait, are you talking about Luis Gil?
Yes, we are.
I picked him up off the waivers for my fantasy. I've been loving him.
He's a rookie. We're talking about how he's potentially going to be the first rookie to win a Cy Young since 1980.
And he's on my team. Oh my God, I'm excited.
Shoto could be.
And Shota for the National League. Shota's actually leading in the National League.
Well, I don't have him on my team.
I know you don't, but Jesse mentioned him.
Hoo-hoo.
Also, Jesse, real quick, before we move on out of here, I have a little thing just because I know that you like I know you don't like the Phillies, but I know you like their bullpen and what they're doing right now. And I do want to mention that they currently have 3 out of the top 6 pitchers in the National League with bullpen right now. And that's Aaron Nola, who's 7-2 with a 3.03 ERA. Ranger Suarez, 9-1, 1.70 ERA with a 0.80 whip. And then obviously Zach Wheeler, 7-3, 2.23 ERA and 91 strikeouts. So, I mean, those 3 leading the way with the bats. They're cooking. And you weren't here last podcast. So really quickly, thoughts on Ronald tearing his ACL? You weren't able to give your thoughts.
He's cooked. I think he's cooked.
Like his career?
Like I think Ronald Acuna won't be the same after this. He'll always have the arm, but I think his speed takes a little bit of a knock.
Wow.
I don't think he comes back as fast. I really don't. And that, even though he'll have that arm, he'll be like, some people may feel like he's slower than Julio Rodriguez, but I think Julio Rodriguez is slower than him. So me saying that,
obviously Julio Rodriguez is slower than him, yes.
So me saying he's going to be like Julio Rodriguez speed isn't a bad thing.
No,
it's
69.
He is.
Yeah, I would agree. His speed went from a 99 to a 69. I agree.
Yeah, maybe a 79. Maybe he'll still have that gear. But his arm isn't gonna,
I just don't think he'll be as reckless, because if you look at how he did the injury, it was just him being on that shifty shit. I just think he won't be as reckless and shifty on the base path, which is a shame because that's what makes him fun. But yeah, all right. Sorry, that was longer than expected, but we also spent the first 20 minutes of this podcast kind of just rambling.
No, we were talking home sports, Tigers.
We were UFC 302. recap. Bada bing, bada boom. Roar!
Well, if you don't know, now you know. UFC 302 happened this past Saturday night.
I wonder
And
if
we
me and
had-
Jesse were both waiting for Luke to finish that, or if maybe I'm the only one that was like,
Well, we had a pay-per-view. Time to
We had
get
a
ready.
great pay-per-view is what we had.
I went 5 for 5 in my picks. Maybe I didn't get the methods all correct. Got a decent of them correct. But anywho, Randy Brown takes down, this name again. Zaleski dos Santos. Nailed it right on the head of the pin of the nail. Took him down in a 5-minute, 3-round decision. I thought it was a good fight. It seemed pretty back and forth until Randy decided, like, nah, I'm going to win this bitch.
I didn't think it was close. I'm going to be honest. I thought Randy beat the shit out of him all 3 rounds.
I don't know. Second round looked a little shaky.
I was like this for the fight, and every time I looked up, because I heard it was Randy punching him.
Well, yeah, but I thought the second round, Dos Santos was really more having control, especially him on the round.
I'll take your word for it. But what I do know is that when it came to the standing and swinging, Randy won that decisively.
100% agreed on that.
Yeah.
Agreed on that. But next fight, we have that was a welterweight fight, and we have another welterweight.
The pedophile
here.
one. Boo!
Nico Price. Stop saying that. Like, there's no factual evidence behind any of that shit. We don't need to get unnecessarily sued, you son of a bitch. Anywho, Nico Price took down Alex Morano in a 3-round, 5-minute, 3-round decision. And this was my big upset of the night call.
Hey, bro, why didn't you tell me that Moreno punches like he those open hand slaps? You didn't fucking tell me that. You let me pick this Moreno guy who punches like this. That's not fair. You knew what you were doing. This guy was. They were like, oh, he's really letting him have it. And I was like, I saw Logan Paul do that to Floyd Mayweather. He's not doing shit.
I knew what I was doing because I was picking Nico.
You let me do that, man. Damn. Yeah, that shit was bad. I didn't like the way Moreno fought. It felt like if I'm not trying to be that guy because I'm not a fighter, but that's how I'd fight. That's how
there was a couple moments I thought Nico was about to get a KO. I thought
Nico was gonna knock him out. I agree. Yeah.
But then he just kept living, and because I had Nico by KO. That would have been nice to have. But anywho, Kevin Holland,
bro, this shit was crazy
in the middleweight division. Takes down.
This shit was fucking crazy, bro.
Alexei okay. I swear I said this right.
Big Michael O from Poland.
Alexizik.
Does he have a nickname? Hussar.
Hussar.
They call him Hussar.
Okay, Hussar. Submitted Hussar with a minute 34 into the first round. Kevin, I mean, at the start of the fight, you wouldn't have thought this would have been happening because he was kind of all over Kevin, and Kevin's like, okay, hold up. Let me make a little change to the game plans, grabbed his ass, and then just sunk in a submission, and he was...
Boy said, give me that arm, and fucking broke his arm.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw, ladies and gentlemen, but the man broke his arm, and he did not tap yet. Then after his arm was broken, he tapped. Like,
I don't know if it officially broke, but it looked like it broke. You saw a top, and then as it was bending, you saw something kind of like poking and the skin. It was like, oh my God. But
so that's why I said it was insane, because from what it looked like Kevin just snapped his arm, and that's why Buddy had to quit.
Yeah, I thought I was rewatching the Craig Paul and Jamal Hill fight.
Oh, God.
Anywho, that was
back in the win column for Kevin.
Yep. That was that kind of ruins his little pattern because he was supposed to get a knockout and then a submission in his next fight for a win.
But wouldn't that mean the knockout's coming next fight if he's just switching it up?
Possibly.
He still lost 2 in a
Possibly.
row, so like the next win's still
Yeah.
coming.
Cause he like the last 2 times he won 2 in a row, it was knockout, submission, lost, knockout, submission, lost, and now submission first. Interesting.
All right, let's get it. So I guess we got to bet Kevin Holland by knockout next fight is what you just said.
The next fight for the co-main middleweight division, Sean Strickland dog walked Paulo Costa. And there's something that has to be said, because what the fuck was that judge on giving a 49-46 to Costa? In what world? There's not a single dimension where that fight was even in close to that favor of Paulo Costa. Not even close.
Bro got a 49-46.
Dave Torelli, you need to never judge a fight ever again. If you have Costa winning the first 4 rounds of the fight,
that's so fucking
and Strickland
bad.
only the 5th round.
That's so bad. Yeah. So for those of you who didn't see the fight, it was a more I wouldn't say boring fight. It was a more Sean Strickland was trying to get something out of this motherfucker Costa. Like even when he would hit him with his like, oh, starting to put it on him, starting to get him going. Nah, Costa still just wanted to.
He fights like he always does. He starts off the fight like he's throwing, and then just slowly slows down and then just doesn't do anything. And I love Strickland when it goes to decision. I mean, I love when he knocks motherfuckers out.
Right.
I love Strickland when it goes to decision because it just unlocks that dog inside of him. And then when it comes to like that final 30-second stretch, he just starts screaming, hyping himself up. It's like, ah, ah, ah,
his endurance
ah.
is crazy for a guy like his size and stuff.
But
you would not think his cardio is that good.
Bro, the final 30 seconds of every decision, he just starts screaming and just start running after the guy. Whoever he's fighting, he just starts running after because he feels like he knows he won the fight, and he just gets super amped up and just starts screaming, and then just he just wants pure violence.
And I love how he said after the fight, he was like, "All right, look, Dana, I did this for you. I fought the number 7 guy. Now get me back in the fucking title picture. Thanks."
He deserves it, honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
He really does.
Yeah.
He does. Oh yeah. Also, there's only one more thing I have to mention about this fight. I want to know what that one judge was on, Dave Torelli, and I want to know what Paulo Costa's coach was on, because he told after going into the 5th round, he told Costa he was up 3-1.
That's what you I want to speak on this. That was, what do you call it? I don't know who. Rogan, DC, whoever the UFC commentator. He pointed that shit out because Rogan was like, why did he just say that he's up? And DC was like, you have to tell your fighter that because you can't let your fighter know that he's down in the fight. And we'll talk about this. He's like, you don't want your fighter to have that mindset where they're going to defeat themselves like they're down in the fight. But my thing is, why would that be the mindset you would have? Wouldn't it give him the mindset of, oh shit, like when Leon Edwards' coach was like, you're losing, you have to give it all you have or you're not going to win the title. Leon wasn't like, oh no, I'm going to lose.
To me, that makes no sense. I want to know if I'm losing, because if I'm winning, it's going to be a continuous slow coast to just get out of the 5th round and either like make it a close round or just get out enough to where it's like, okay, it doesn't matter about this round. I'm already up 3-1. So like I can just not get knocked out and I'll be good and I'll win the fight. No, he needed a knockout, and his coach told him he's up 3-1 and can basically coast to the finish.
So he did.
That might be why he fights the way he does, especially when it goes to decision, where he just starts off hot and then just slowly coasts. Because I don't know, I haven't noticed it before, but if his coach is consistently telling him that he's winning fights that he's drastically losing, so he's not going for the knockout and he's just going to slow coast to the decision, that's a problem for him.
I agree.
But anywho, let's get into the main event. Lightweight title fight. Islam Makhachev going up against Dustin Poirier, with Makhachev submitting Dustin 2 minutes 42 seconds into the 5th round. This was a hell of a fight.
Great fight.
Both guys were bloodied up. They were teeing off on each other. And I I mean, Islam can stand and fight, but I mean, Dustin, he can absolutely throw bombs.
You're not gonna bang. You're not gonna outbang Justin.
He lives in the pocket. He
Right,
really
yeah.
does. He's just gonna like that's where like you start punching him in the pocket, he gets angry and just starts swinging even harder. And Islam Makhachev realized that, and then once he realized that, he just switched it up and took him to the floor.
I was gonna say it was like I know Islam got a couple takedowns at the beginning, and then I want to give Dustin Poirier credit rounds 2 and 3 specifically. Now,
takedown defense was through the roof.
Yes, his takedown defense, you could tell that he was training on that. But at the end of the day, it was a situation of Islam just kept working it. And it was like, best way to describe it, Islam was chopping him down.
I only slightly disagree with that because I feel like it's been a common thing for Poirier. It gets him through the non-title fights, but it hasn't done any justice to him in the title fights because he hasn't won a single title. He gets way too confident and cocky when he's surprising the other fighters, like, oh yeah, I can like stand and bang and I can stop your takedowns, like all this, because I think he was getting too comfortable in stopping all the takedown defenses or stopping all the takedowns to the point where, like, did you see like that like, I don't know, was it like a leg sweep or something? Like Islam literally took it and like rolled his leg up to where he was off balance and then jumped on top of him immediately. And that's when it was over at that point.
Yeah.
Because like he was doing really good. And then it's like, he got like so comfortable. He was okay being in a very vulnerable position to get taken down and wasn't really trying to get out of it. And then the millisecond that he got comfortable doing that, Islam threw something that he had no idea what was coming. Just absolutely just twirled his leg, threw it up, put him on the ground, and just jumped on top of him and suffocated him.
Yep, I agree. That was great. Like we said, I thought it was a great fight. But Dustin said that he suffered a broken nose, 2 broken ribs, and a partially torn ACL during the fight with Makhachev.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And he also said that it's probably the last time you'll see him in an octagon, because if we're being honest, I completely understand where he's coming from, where he's at the age and where he's at in his career where there's no point of fighting just to fight. You know what I mean? I get that.
Well, he's had his chances with the titles, and there's no reason he's not Tony Ferguson. He knows when to retire. Like he's not going to try. He's not going to continue fighting to set the new UFC record for longest losing streak like Tony is set to do, because according to Tony, he's still in his prime and he has another fight lined up. Jesus
Back Christ, on the main card, baby.
Oh my God, that guy. I'm about to just take every single cent I own and every single cent my family owns and throw it on the other guy's money line. That's currently right now as we speak.
Here's what I'm waiting for. Tony's gonna win one of these fights, and that will be the day when he's like,
he's not. Right, I can confidently say. I'm gonna say this right now. Currently, as we speak, besides the Leafs actually winning the cup,
okay,
if you could bet on a team not to win the cup, that's the safest bet.
He will never win another fight, is what you're saying in your life?
The next, or the most safest bet currently is to fade Tony Ferguson in fights.
Okay. You know what?
I love Tony, but he's got to know when it's over, and he apparently does it. So on that note, I got to go.
All right. And that is UFC 302.
Two fall wiener dogs. Let's go.
Bang, bang, and we'll roll into the NBA playoffs right after this.
I don't like the way the flow of the basketball picks are going, because back-to-back games, it is going to be split 2-2.
You know, I'm going to take John and boys.
Fuck Dylan for taking my pick, because I was going to take the Bulls, because now, give me the Nets!
Fuck me, we all said the Bulls.
You started it!
Look, I didn't say that.
I was saying under my breath, take the Nets, take the Nets, take the Nets. I want the Bulls, give me the Bulls. And you took the Bulls. So I'm like, fuck this fucking guy. Who does this guy think he is?
All right, I played that video so that he could get on out of here. But Tyler, Jesse, come on in because even though we are moving on from UFC, we still have something else to talk about real quick because those were some good fights, wouldn't you say? Well, what if I told you that the best fight of the night actually happened in the crowd? Roll it!
Sit down, shut up, and watch the fucking fight. I did, and that's what I said. I told you to sit down and shut up.
Yeah! This is a... Are you kidding me with those fucking hammer
Folded
bands?
him. He folded him over that chair.
Bro, he did a fucking somersault over him. Must have hit me. Hit me. Oh, he
Yeah.
fucking hit him. He fucking hit him. Holy shit.
But he let all the oxygen out of his fucking lungs, screaming at the guy that by the time he got into a fight, he was out of breath. Fucking idiot.
He had no more in his head.
He was gone. He had no oxygen in his brain already by the time the fight started. It took
So-
2 hits.
Here's my question, all right? Just to you guys real quick. You're one of the friends that had to go down to stop your buddy from getting his ass beat the way that he... I mean, would you do that? Or what do you say to your buddy after that? Like, you know he deserved it, but like, you just watched him do a front flip down the fucking stairs after getting his ass beat.
I'm going to listen. I'm not going to tell my man what really happened for me to get him back up to his seat. But I went down there and I was like, "Hey, bro, you fucked him up enough. The man's big. What's your name? You're not going to be able to say your name at that moment." And I'm going to go, "Exactly. Can I get him back to his seat? You handled him. He asked for the squabble. He got squabbled. Let us get back to our seat. I'm going to wake you up at the seat with some water and I'm be like, yeah, you know, you got knocked out. You fell down. I got in the middle of y'all, push y'all both away. Here.
Until he sees the video.
You don't remember it all. Only had one beer. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised they hit you like that, bro. It's crazy. But it's all good now.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, let me throw a different approach at you. I'm going to pretend like you're the one that just got fucking
All right, so that's me.
dragged down.
Okay.
So now I'm 3 or 4 rows up in my seat, right?
Right.
That's enough room for me to stand on the seat in front of me and swanton bomb onto the fucking guy that's down there and just break the whole fucking thing up. So I'm coming in high flying and taking everybody out, probably in the row behind or under them too, and maybe even the row after that.
So
But
you
we're
would
gonna
be...
everyone involved.
So I'm just trying to math this. I'm just trying to math this out for you.
No, this
So-
is what Ty's doing. Ty's
so-
going to squish
so
all 3.
He's gonna be here. Wait, Jesse. So he's gonna be here, right down here.
Correct.
Tyler's gonna be up here.
Yeah,
Long-
like we're like a little like right where blue sweatshirt's
Right,
coming
right,
down
right.
from.
Right where this
I'm
guy
gonna be
is.
standing up
And then you're
and
gonna
leaping.
launch onto him.
You're going to overleap.
You're gonna go on the fucking railing.
Oh shit!
You're going to be like, oh, I underestimated.
Bro, no, it's gonna be like I'm gonna see them right in front of me, and so I'm gonna dive, and then like 2 seconds are gonna go by, and my brain's gonna go, "Why are we still in the air? We must have missed our target if we're still going downhill."
Because you've also been
Play
drinking.
the angle right.
Now, odds 1 through 10 that there was something else involved other than alcohol. I'm gonna say 10.
10.
Jesse,
I think
We also
Buddy
paid for really cheap tickets.
there's
so-
no way that was just beer, bro.
I think they were a
There's no
little
way.
crossed.
I think there was a little bit of a deal made before he walked into the building outside. Hey,
Oh wow! Now you're just getting prejudice out here. You didn't like the tatted, red-faced, screaming
Wow.
ginger.
I'm just saying, any man that does this before they fight somebody, hey, normally indicates that there's something else involved. That's just
Due to personal experiences, I cannot deny your statement.
all right. NBA playoffs. We'll try to make this quick because we're at hour 10, and hour 20 is normally where we like to cap it. So,
And this is brought to you by CBS Sports.
You guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
It appears he has essentially ghosted on the Celtics.
Kyrie is likely going to sign with the Nets.
What changed for you over that time? Throughout that year, it just became rocky, and a lot of the battles that I thought I could battle through in the team environment, I just wasn't ready for. And I failed those guys.
Kyrie Irving came out to warm up. The fans booing him. It's his first game back here at the TD Garden since he left the Celtics.
You know, it's like the scoring girlfriend. You know, just wants an explanation on why I left, but still hoping for, you know, a text back.
Go back to Cleveland. Oh my God. Boston hates you. Oh my God. That's how y'all sound to me. Cockroaches.
And the middle finger salute to one of the fans. I hope he gets fined for that.
A spectator in Boston has reportedly been arrested and banned for life from TD Garden after throwing a water bottle at Kyrie Irving.
I know stars get booed, but Boston seems to have a little extra energy for Kyrie.
And now a message from this crowd for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of been like that ever since he left.
He deserves what he's getting. He left.
He's the enemy now.
You know, it's nothing new when I come into this building, what it's going to be like, but it's the same energy they have for me, and I'm going to have the same energy for them. If somebody's going to call me out of my name, I'm going to look at them straight in the eye and see if they really about it. Most of the time, they're not.
all right, stage is set. Kyrie Irving, Boston Celtics. There's the trailer that you needed right there. I mean, just after that video, Jesse, just thoughts. I know things pop into your mind and you have things you want to say. You're muted.
I didn't need that video. I had bookmarked receipts of how much Boston disrespected Kyrie and how they felt. And yeah, he did say he was coming back and he didn't end up coming back. Wada whoop. But the hate they got that for that man is top tier, which leads me to why I can tell you exactly how the series is gonna go.
All right, break it down.
Breakdown is Boston gets melted their first game at home.
Okay.
And the Mavericks win game.
So we go to
which
game 2.
causes the Celtics to win game 2 with 1 at home, 1-1.
Okay.
The Mavericks are not like the Celtics, and they will go up 3-1 to the Boston Celtics after winning 2 home games.
Okay.
Then Boston will win their home game to make it 3-2, and the Mavericks probably win in 6, 4-2.
Even though, right. Okay.
We want the trophy held up in Boston.
Here's the thing, people, and I'm gonna be real with Jesse. I agree really with what you're saying. The NBA is not the NFL, people. There's no script. You might get the same team in the finals 3 years in a row. Just ask the Cavs and the Warriors. Shit, they don't give a fuck what the fans want. Ain't no good for hockey, good for this, good for that, good for that, blah, 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 okay? The NBA is its own little world. So, in a perfect world, you get the Mavericks winning in 5 or in 7. Because then that would be in Boston. That would be Kyrie holding the trophy in Boston. I don't have to tell you what that is, okay? But I think that the chances of it being in 5 or 7 are high. I genuinely do. I think that it's a situation where it's a team where this can go 7, and I think that if the Mavericks go up 2-0, it can go 5. I really do.
See, I see Boston winning a home game.
No, and I do want to bring up Boston because obviously we're gonna give all the credit to Luka and Kyrie. That's the main two. But I'll give Boston a little bit of credit here, even though they've had the easiest fucking path to the playoffs. In 7 years, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have 5 conference finals appearances, 2 NBA finals appearances, 8 combined All-Star selections, and 6 combined All-NBA selections. The only thing these men needed is a goddamn ring.
Mm-hmm.
So they are still in the same boat as viable contenders, viable dogs that need a ring. The problem is when I go over to Luka Doncic, he is currently first in the playoffs. First in points, first in rebounds, first in assists, first in steals, first in triple doubles, first in double doubles, first in 3-pointers made, first in field goals made, first in free throws made, first in clutch assists, first in clutch points, first in game winners, and the Western Conference Finals MVP. Those are 13 different fucking things I just named. One guy didn't win MVP this year. Just want to throw that out one more time.
Bullshit.
But also, Derek Lively, most field goals ever in a playoff series without missing, went 16 for 16 against the Timberwolves. Yeah. Shout out, big boy.
I think he shot in the series 16 for 18 in the entire series. Or
No. He shot 16 for 16 in the whole series.
No, that was free throws, wasn't it?
Derek Lively has surpassed Chris
he missed
Anderson's
a shot and they were
record.
like, and there it goes.
Derek Lively has passed Chris Anderson's record of most field goals made in a playoff series without a miss after going 16 for 16 versus the Wolves in the Western Conference.
I think he missed his 17th shot.
Okay. That was the stat. So,
because I remember them being like, "Oh, there goes it." He still started.
Damn, Chris Anderson. Isn't he the guy who looked like he used to sell crack for the Heat? Wait a minute.
I don't think it's the same one.
No, it is. I know who it is.
It's not Birdman.
Yes. It is.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was still on the team.
No, the dude that looked like
he went 15.
Yeah. Shout out to bro. The only record he ever had just got broken. Damn. Well, that's kind of. Anyways, moving on to the series, I'm gonna take to lock it in. I know you're so. I'm taking Mavericks in 7. I'm gonna take the Mavericks in 7, but I would not be surprised if it goes 5.
This is the thing. You can Porzingis comes back. They spread the floor. Lively can't stay under center. Changes the dynamic. Switches the game plan. Either way, Al Horford's going to make them have to pull somebody out. No matter what, game on the line. I cannot take Luka and Kyrie and say, "Oh yeah, the other team's got a better chance."
Fuck no.
Not a chance. So no. If it goes to 7, I can't put the Celtics in who choke as
great.
I can't. So I'm taking. That's why I have to take Dallas in 6 because it's either Dallas in 6 or Dallas in 7.
Yeah, Tyler.
Look, I'm going same boat, Dallas in 6 or 7. But there's one bet that I placed that I thought had great odds, and I can see ending in a storybook type of way, and I just want to get your thought on
do the Dallas sweep.
Buzzer beater in the series field goal to give team a win as time expires. No chance of opponent. So a game winner.
Oh yeah.
For the Boston Celtics versus Dallas Mavericks series.
For anybody.
Doesn't matter by who.
Any game.
That's a dub.
Bro, Matt, I'm not gonna lie. As I was reading this, I was waiting for it to say Kyrie Irving, and I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Nah, it's any game to end on a buzzer beater.
No, those odds are 20 for those of you who are audio listeners. It's $25 to pay out $650. So very good odds at plus 2,500. Anyways, last thing in the world of basketball is Giannis Antetokounmpo has committed to Greece for the 2024 Olympic team. Now, if you are Greece or you're a fan of your Greece basketball team, you have a reason to actually watch. So you can thank Giannis for that.
Thanks, Giannis.
What a nice guy. And I think that they asked Jokic, what do you want to do for the Serbian team? And Jokic said, it all depends on what happens. I'm not fucking joking. It all depends on his schedule with his horses. And if it doesn't conflict with his horses, then he's going to do it. So if it's his horses or basketball, he's made it clear he's picking his horses every day.
Yeah, clearly.
And what's funny is a lot of people don't know that it's not like these are like his horses that he like breeds, and it's fun for him to ride the horses. He just likes riding the horses around. It's a fun time for him, and he likes to do it. I mean,
I don't blame the guy.
I'm not
never
going to argue
did.
with the man. No.
Can't hate.
It's like Luka. Everyone was like, Jokic, why do you need to go back to these horses so bad? And Bro's like, because I want to play with my horses.
There. I get it. Long season. Miss the horses.
Great. All right. We're at an hour 20. But you got a good pod.
Yes, we are.
You can't be mad.
No. And before we head out of here, for you that know, founder of Sharps, Josh, also known as Lake Show, also known as a lot of other things. Check them out on the Sharps app. Has a bet going tonight. One dinger away from turning $5 into almost $1,500 if he can get an Ian Happ home run in the Chicago versus Chicago.
Oh, that. I like that. I like that a lot.
Why? Because the White Sox have lost 13 games in a row?
Yes, and because, not to mention they have lost 13 games in a row, not to mention that Ian Happ can go to either side. But the fact that they are pitching – hold on. Oh,
sorry, 12 games in a row.
You know, it is their best pitcher up today, but Ian Happ has played him. So I think the second.
It's their best pitcher, but they've won what 13 games. So really, what does that mean?
Hey. He's got
no, because when the Tigers were like, "Oh, it's their best pitcher," and other teams were like, "I don't give a fuck."
He's not the worst.
I thought Crochet was their best pitcher.
Well, I know. Well, technically. Crochet.
Technically.
Yeah, because Crochet has the most wins, but he's only played 5. He just happens to have, 93 strikeouts, but his ERA is worse.
Yeah, suck on that.
He only has 5 wins. The other guy has. I lost it.
Sorry, real quick.
4.
Speaking of White Sox pitchers, Chris Sale's currently 8-2 with a 3.1 ERA and has 81 strikeouts. Okay.
He feels good.
Yeah, and he's 35 years old, so it doesn't make any fucking sense.
When you got it, you got
JV
it.
won a World Series at fucking, 38, 39?
Yeah, but Sales pitched how many in his last 3 years? I want to say maybe 1 full year, just because of injuries and shit.
He's coming back.
So, okay, yeah. Go Chris Sale. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. If you are an hour and 20 minutes in, actually, there's 7 people right now currently on X. I don't know where the rest of you are, but you stayed this whole way. Thank you. An hour and 23 minutes. You heard all the bullshit. You heard all the banter, and you got all that you needed in the world of sports. We appreciate you. And the least you can do, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Go over to YouTube. Go over to X. Go over to Twitch. Go over to Instagram. Type in Sharps Network. And guess what? Once you hit like, once you hit follow, once you hit subscribe, and once you turn those notifications on, you're all set, and you'll be able to catch up with us next Saturday when we go live to you and give you all that you need. We will have Game 1 already done for the NBA Finals. We'll have Game 1 already played for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Is that right? I believe that is. I'm going to double check as we're closing out. Yes, it starts on Saturday. So
no, it won't be done.
We won't. Yeah. God damn it. You'll get one of them. I'm McDilly. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Sharps Sports and Network over on the App Store. Use promo code TYCO011 when you sign up. We appreciate you. Nothing else to add. Fucking have a good one. I'm McDilly. Do something nice for somebody, and then do something nice for somebody else. I hit my head again!
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.